Have you ever spent hours studying English, memorizing vocabulary, practicing grammar, and watching videos? But when it's time to speak, you freeze. You try to form a sentence, but suddenly your mind goes blank. You've heard the words before. You've seen the grammar rules, but they vanish like smoke when you need them most. And that moment when someone speaks English to you, and all you can do is smile, nod, or nervously laugh is the moment you realize something is wrong. Welcome to Simple English TV, where we help real people speak real English without the stress. In today's video, we're going to break down why so many English learners struggle even after years of studying and how you can break through starting today. But before we begin, hit the subscribe button if you're serious about learning English the smart way. Click like if you've ever felt stuck or frustrated with English. And tell us in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to connect with you. Because this is not just a video. This is your turning point. Let's begin. Part 1. The lie you've been told about learning English. Let me tell you a story. When I was in high school, I had a friend named Rio. He was one of the smartest guys in class. He always got top scores in English exams. Grammar, perfect. Vocabulary, advanced. He could explain tenses like a professor. But one day, we met a tourist from Canada who asked for directions. And guess what? Rio froze. His mouth opened, but no words came out. He looked at me like he wanted to disappear. That moment changed everything. We realized knowing English in your head is not the same as using it in real life. Here's the lie. If you study more grammar, you'll speak better English. But that's not true. The truth is this. You don't need more grammar. You need more exposure. You need connection. You need real communication. And above all, you need confidence. Part 2. Why traditional methods keep you stuck. Let's be honest. Most of us were taught English like it's math. Memorize formulas. Do exercises. Fill in the blanks. But real English doesn't work like that. You don't learn to swim by reading a book about water. You don't learn to ride a bike by filling in multiple choice tests. So why do we learn English that way? Here's what happens when you only focus on rules. Oh, second guess everything you say. You're afraid to make mistakes. You translate everything in your head before speaking. That's exhausting, and it's not how native speakers learn. Babies don't learn grammar. They listen, they imitate, they interact. And you can do the same no matter how old you are. Part 3. Real stories from real learners. Let's talk about Maya, a student from Indonesia. She studied English for 12 years, passed every test, got a certificate. But she still couldn't speak. She came to us, feeling ashamed. She said, "I know English, but I can't use it." We changed her routine. No more grammar drills. Just real conversations, listening practice, and speaking small phrases every day. 3 months later, she joined an online call with people from 5 different countries, and she didn't just do second guess everything you say. You're afraid to make mistakes. You translate everything in your head before speaking. That's exhausting, and it's not how native speakers learn. Babies don't learn grammar. They listen, they imitate, they interact. And you can do the same no matter how old you are. Istin, she spoke. Was it perfect? No. But was it powerful? Yes, because she finally believed mistakes are part of progress. Part 4. The power of daily immersion. Do you know how kids learn their first language? They hear it every day, for hours. They don't understand it at first, but they absorb it. You can do the same with English. Here's a simple plan. Listen to Aniston. She spoke. Was it perfect? No. But was it powerful? Yes. Because she finally believed mistakes are part of progress. English 30 minutes a day podcasts, YouTube, stories like this. Repeat short phrases out loud. Don't pause to translate, just feel the rhythm. Write one sentence every day about your life. You don't need to travel. You don't need to be perfect. You just need consistency. Part 5. English is not a subject. It is a tool. Let's stop treating English like a school subject. English is not about passing exams. It's about connection. It's about understanding movies, songs, people. It's about expressing your ideas, dreams, and feelings. When you change your mindset, you change your progress. Start asking, how can I enjoy English today? What can I understand without subtitles? What message do I want to share? Learning becomes fun, and that's when real growth happens. Part 6. Building unstoppable confidence. Confidence doesn't come after you become fluent. Confidence comes first. Because confidence is the fuel that drives your learning. Here's how to build it. Celebrate small wins. Speak even when you're unsure. Surround yourself with positive support. And remember, every native speaker was once a baby who couldn't say a word. You're not behind, you're just beginning. Part 7. A message from your future self. Close your eyes and imagine yourself 1 year from now. You open your favorite English book and you understand. You watch a movie without subtitles and laugh at the jokes. You join an online class and speak confidently. You're not afraid anymore. Your future self is waiting for you. But they can only exist if you start today. The turning point. I remember the moment like it happened yesterday. It was a quiet Thursday evening. The rain was falling outside, tapping gently on my bedroom window. I sat on my bed, frustrated, staring at a half-written sentence in my English notebook. My pencil rested on the page, unmoving. I had been trying to write a simple journal entry in English and failed again. I looked up at the ceiling and asked myself something that millions of learners have asked before. Why is this so hard for me? I had been trying for months, no, years, to improve my English. I watched videos. I listened to podcasts. I even read children's books. But when it came to speaking, when it came to expressing my thoughts with confidence, I froze. Words disappeared. My mouth refused to move. My mind screamed, "You'll make a mistake." And worst of all, I believed it. That night, I was ready to quit. To tell myself, maybe English just isn't for me. But something stopped me. Something deep inside, a small whisper. No, you've come too far to give up now. So I made a decision, not a loud one, not a dramatic one. Just a quiet promise to myself. I will try differently. The change, small, simple, and powerful. The next morning, I woke up and told myself, forget perfection, just speak. I stopped worrying about big grammar rules or perfect vocabulary. Instead, I started talking to myself, yes, out loud. In my room, in the mirror. While walking, while cooking. It felt silly at first. But slowly, something amazing happened. I stopped hesitating. I stopped judging every word that came out of my mouth. I started speaking. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't beautiful. But it was real. And it was mine. And every day, I spoke a little more. A secret tool? Think in English. I realized something powerful. One of the biggest blocks to speaking is not your mouth. It's your mind. If your thoughts are in your native language, you're already 2 steps behind. So I challenged myself. Today, I will think in English. Not for hours, just for minutes. When I looked at the sky, I said in my mind, the clouds are beautiful today. When I was hungry, I want to eat something spicy. When I saw someone walking their dog, that dog is so cute. Tiny, simple thoughts, in English, no translation. And slowly, something shifted. I no longer needed to translate. I started feeling the language. Facing my fear, speaking to a real human. Weeks passed, I kept speaking alone. I kept thinking in English. Then came the real test, speaking to someone else. My heart raced just thinking about it. I found an online language exchange. A kind man from Canada named Steve agreed to chat with me. I told him I was nervous. He smiled and said, "Don't worry. Just talk to me like a friend." And so I did. I stumbled. I forgot words. I laughed nervously. But I spoke. For the first time, I had a real English conversation. And when we finished, Steve said, "You're better than you think." That moment changed everything. Confidence isn't loud. People often think confidence means speaking like a native, fast and smooth. But true confidence is quiet. It's the ability to say, "This is me. This is where I am, and I'm proud of it." Even if your grammar isn't perfect. Even if you have an accent. Even if you're still learning. Learning to laugh at mistakes. I remember once I said, "I'm boring." Instead of, "I'm bored," the person I was talking to looked confused, then laughed kindly. And you know what? I laughed too. Because making mistakes is part of the game. If you never make mistakes, you're not learning, you're hiding. So now, every time I make a mistake, I smile. I say, that's one step closer to fluency. English is not a subject, it's a tool. Here's the truth no one told me at the beginning. English is not something you study. English is something you live. You use it to tell stories, to ask for help, to express your love, to understand the world. It's not about test scores. It's about connection. And when you see English that way, everything changes. A simple practice that changed me. Every morning now, I do this simple 10-minute routine. Read a paragraph aloud from a storybook or article. Summarize what I read in my own words. Talk to myself about something in my day, like I'm talking to a friend. Record myself speaking, even just 1 minute. And every evening, I do one more thing. I forgive myself for any mistake I made that day. I tell myself, you did your best. Tomorrow, you'll be better. A message to you watching this now. You might feel scared or tired or unsure. But let me say this clearly, you are not alone. Every great English speaker started where you are, confused, frustrated, afraid. But they didn't stop, and neither should you. Because the world needs your voice, your story, your dreams. And English is just the tool to help you share them. You've come this far. You've heard the truth. You're not broken. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin with courage and consistency. And we're here to help. If this story speaks to you, if you feel that fire to keep going, do this. Subscribe to Simple English TV. We're not just teaching English, we're building confidence. One story at a time, like this video if you've ever struggled with English. You're not alone, and your like tells us to keep going. Comment below and tell us, what's your biggest fear about speaking English? Let's talk. Let's support each other. And remember, fluency is not a destination. It's a journey, and you, my friend, are on the right path. Subscribe to Simple English TV if you're ready to learn real English with real support. Like this video if it inspired you. Share it with a friend who needs this message. And comment below, what's one thing you're going to do today to improve your English? Let's grow together. Let's speak boldly. Let's make English simple. Thanks for watching and remember, your voice matters.